All right, in this lesson, we are going to learn how to color in one of our sketches. First thing you need to do is take a picture of your sketch and email it to yourself. Once you've done that, you're going to go to your email and should see it at the top. And then you need to download that attachment. If you hit the download button and you cannot open your attachment, what you need to do is go to these three little lines in the top right hand corner of Google Chrome, go to Settings, scroll to the bottom, and you're going to move your downloads folder to a folder that you have access to. So instead of it going to the plain downloads, you can move it into your H drive by hitting change, and you'll have access to that folder. So I'm just going to hit the download button. You can also choose to hover over the image, right click and save image as and put it in the folder you want, or copy image. Now let's move to that Google Doc we were working on yesterday. Now you have to insert your three sketches. So I'm going to go to insert image. You need to go to the folder where you have saved them, or you can paste them in if you copied them. And we'll choose our three sketches. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this one because it's not the direction I'd like it facing. Then I'll need to resize it so that it fits on the page. So I inserted two of my images onto my Google Doc, and you should have three images with three color schemes. Now I'm going to head to Photoshop. To find it, you can just type in Photoshop under Start and it should open up. Alright, now that I'm in Photoshop, I'm going to open up my sketch, File, Open. Then you want to go and find where you saved your sketches. I've got my sketch open, but I also want to open up my color scheme. So if you saved it, you want to do a File, Open. If you only copied and pasted it, what we're going to do is a File, New. Just hit OK, and now we can copy and paste it into here. So you'll head back to your Google Doc, find the one that you want to work with, right-click, Copy, head back to Photoshop, and then you can hit Edit, Paste, or you can do a Control-V to paste that in there. So from my snipping tool, I just hit this one, which is Copy, and then I just went to Edit, Paste, and now I've got my color schemes in here so that I can go back and forth. First thing I want to do is decide what I want to color in and what I want to make stand out. So I'm going to start with maybe this bright orange color. So I need to get that in Photoshop. So I'm going to grab my brush over here, and this is the brush, or you can hit B. Next thing I need to do is click down here on these squares to get the color. I'm just going to put my color dropper on top of that color, or you can manually enter it in 0B1842, and that's correct. So I'm going to hit OK. Head back to my sketch, and I need to decide what it is that I want to be that dark blue color. I can pick what kind of brush. If you're not concerned, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, so you can just pick a normal load brush if you want. Some of them look kind of like airbrush or crayons. It doesn't matter. You can change the size of it here where the 45 is, and just kind of do a rough idea of where you want to put this color. So I might, and I do have tablets if you want to borrow the little bamboo tablets. That will help you because you can use an actual pen instead of using a mouse. You can draw these in and just decide where you want to put these colors again. So I'm going to outline, and I tried to make my brush a little bit smaller because I don't want this one to be a thick outline. And that'll be in blue. Now I need to decide what I want my banner to be. So I'm going to click back up here on this tab to my color schemes, click on the square, click on the bright orange color, head back to my picture, and I think I'd like my nav bar to be this bright orange color. And then you can kind of color it in, and if you'd like, you don't have to get this fancy with it, but if you'd like, you can go down here and click right on this one beside the trash can and add a new layer. That way if you mess up, you can delete it. You don't have to do that. Just a suggestion in case you mess up, you can always delete it. Then you can make your brush larger. And I'm going to color in this entire nav bar. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get an idea of where you're going to put these colors. But so that you can actually still see my text, I'm going to go over here on the right. And where it says opacity 100, I'm going to try to lower it so you can still see the text below it, but you get an idea that I was going to make that bright yellow. Again, reserve the bright colors to make things stand out, and the lighter colors would go behind the text. Something like this would be more apt to go behind the text. Brighter colors for titles and to make things stand out. And you can always trace over the titles, and you can make your brush larger or smaller over here. And again, if you want to keep adding new layers, so that way if you mess up, you don't have to start all over, this is the new layer button. And that way if I get going and I realize, gosh, this one's terrible, I can just hit the trash can, or I can close the eye on it, and it doesn't mess everything up. Once you are finished, you can either save this by going to File, Save As, and instead of a Photoshop file, we'll change it to a picture, so we'll change it to a JPEG. And you will put this in your other web stuff folder. Or if you want to save yourself some time from doing that, you can just grab your snipping tool and you can snip a copy of it and save it this way. And then you're going to go ahead and insert this on your shared Google Doc. Let's go ahead and put this one at the very top. Once you're finished with it, that is. Mine's not finished. And just to turn this into me, you're going to hit Share, Get Shareable Link. You're going to copy that, go back to My Big Campus under Schoolwork, and turn that in.